Hi Jen, welcome to Fashion Exposed.
Hi Sasha.
Thanks for the presentation today. So we're talking about trends tracking and how it's become a crucial element of modern design. Why do you think it's so important now to be so aware of what the world is doing, especially down here in Australia?
I think it's probably more important than ever at the moment because fashion is tough in Australia, and so we really need to be on track with and have an awareness of everything that's going on, not only nationally but also globally. So we need to be thinking about not only our fashion trends but our customer service as well. So we're tracking things like delivery and shipping being free. We're talking about wars with particular retailers and brands in the UK where they're giving free delivery and they're quickening up their time. So this is something that we need to be aware of.
Definitely. You talked about trends today and how they're reinterpreted to become more modern, reinvented from last season, and one way of doing that is with colour.
Yes.
We're talking about pastels coming in the new season. How strong are these pastels going to be?
We think they're very strong.
Yeah.
They're being used across quite a few of the trends that I've spoken about today. One particular trend that we've spoken about is aquatic. It's a feminine trend. It has sea-inspired creatures. It has references to runway shows like Versace, who used a lot of print and pattern in lilacs and pale pinks. We also reference designers like Acne and Jonathan Saunders using slightly more intense pastel shades, but it's very much a pretty feel and it's something that we can't ignore. Something that is quite new for the pastels is the way that they're actually being used together. So we'll notice garments incorporating like a lemon yellow with a lilac and also maybe more of a flamingo pink within the same particular garment. Something else that we're talking about for pastels is tonal colour blocking. I'm sure everyone's a bit sick of colour blocking by now, but we're talking about the way of updating it, and we talk about fashion slowing down. So if we're talking about colour blocking, the way that that has been updated is tonal colour blocking. So we're talking about blues. We've talked about a sea foam as one of the key pastel shades being worked with another blue, maybe a turquoise in the same garment.
Fantastic. And you notice changes in colours as a reaction to economic climate. So basically with the brights coming in, that was sort of like a reflex or a knee-jerk to GSC. Do you notice that quite a bit with colours? Or
I think we do. I mean, I think maybe it's not just such a colour conversation, but it's a conversation that applies to all product areas. I mean, we certainly notice spending trends change. For example, cosmetics tend to go up during a recession. People like to think about their home, their furniture, their surroundings. So it might not just be a colour of trying to be more cheerful, but it's your entire environment. I guess it's probably what we call a macro trend on WGSN.
okay. New York Fashion Week and the show season's just kicked off. Have you seen any strong trends coming through already?
That's a good question. We are the official trend sponsor for Mercedes Fashion Week in New York, which we're thrilled to be a part of. In terms of particular key looks coming through, I would say that it's not as pretty straight away. I've seen particular metallic looks, inspired looks, maybe slightly more androgynous looks coming back through for autumn winter. But it's pretty much a start, so we do have everything videoed on WGSN, and I'd probably go back and look and then come back to you again to give you a summary.
Great. Well, thanks for that, Jen.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.